You are not losing arguments, you are bleeding power. Every time you react, every time you explain yourself, every time you rush to be understood, something inside you leaks, quietly, invisibly, and the people watching, they feel it, they feed on it. Today that stops, because there is a darker way to move through this world, a colder way, a way men at the top have always used while everyone else stayed busy proving, defending, justifying. This is not about being nice. This is not about being liked. This is about control. 500 years ago, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote about power in its rawest form, not the fairy tale version, the real one, the kind that works whether people approve or not. And if you strip his ideas down to their psychological core, one rule keeps repeating: never react, never explain, just ignore. Let me show you how dangerous that really is. Rule 1, starve the fire. Most men think reacting is strength. It is not. Reaction is oxygen, and every insult, every provocation, every passive-aggressive jab is a fire looking for air. I once watched a junior executive destroy his own reputation in 3 weeks. Smart guy, talented, but every time someone questioned him in meetings, he over-explained. Every time a rumor started, he rushed to kill it. Every time someone pushed his buttons, he snapped back with logic and facts. By the end, nobody remembered his competence. They remembered his defensiveness. The men who rose above him did something simpler. They said nothing. They let accusations hang in the air until they collapsed under their own weight. Silence starved the fire. Reaction would have fed it. When you react, you tell people where to aim. When you stay still, they swing at shadows. Rule 2, mystery beats transparency. Modern culture worships openness. Share your feelings, explain your intentions, clarify your stance. That is great for therapy. It is terrible for power. The moment people fully understand you, they stop respecting you. Mystery creates distance. Distance creates authority. Look at the most intimidating figures in film. Think of the Joker in The Dark Knight. What made him terrifying was not what he said. It was what he refused to explain. No origin story, no justification, just action and silence. When you explain yourself, you invite debate. When you stay unreadable, you end discussion. You are not here to be decoded. You are here to be felt. Rule 3, let others perform for you. Here is a dark truth most people never notice. When you go quiet, other people do not relax. They unravel. Human minds hate empty space. Silence feels like a threat because it offers no feedback, no reassurance, no resistance. When you refuse to respond, they rush to fill the gap with their own fears. Did I go too far? Did he see through me? Did I lose status in front of everyone? I saw this play out with a man named Victor. His business partner tried to undermine him publicly through subtle jokes and veiled insults. Old Victor would have clapped back. New Victor leaned back, smiled once, and never addressed it again. Within weeks, the partner started over-talking, over-explaining, apologizing without being asked. The silence cornered him. When you ignore, people perform, and in performing, they expose themselves for you. Rule 4, emotional neutrality is intimidation. Anger feels powerful in the moment. It gives you heat, speed, volume. But anger is sloppy. It exposes you. It tells everyone exactly where to push next. Calm does the opposite. Calm freezes people. Calm forces them to confront their own instability. Anyone can be loud. Anyone can rage and call it strength. Very few men can sit still while chaos tries to claw at them. That emotional flatline signals something ancient and primal. It says, I am not threatened, I am not impressed, I do not need to win this exchange to win overall. This is why experienced interrogators let silence stretch until the other person cracks. Why elite fighters lock eyes without flinching before the bell. Why kings listened while others begged to be heard. When you remain neutral, you deny others the emotional feedback they crave. They cannot read you. They cannot steer you. Your calm becomes a psychological wall, not passive, impenetrable. That is not weakness. That is dominance without effort, control without noise, power that does not need to announce itself. Rule 5. Absence rewrites value. Most men bleed value by overexposing themselves. They reply instantly. They show up every time. They explain every delay, every silence, every decision. They believe availability equals importance. It does not. Scarcity flips the hierarchy every time. Value is a sign, not announced. I once worked with a young executive who could not understand why his team ignored his ideas while hanging on every word of another leader. The difference was not intelligence or skill, it was presence. He was always available, always responding, always filling space. The other man disappeared strategically. He skipped meetings that did not matter. He spoke rarely. He arrived focused and left without lingering. His absence forced people to think, to wait, to assign weight to his return. Presence is common. Controlled absence is rare. This rule governs everything: careers, friendships, leadership, influence. If people can reach you whenever they want, they stop respecting your time. If access to you must be earned, your presence becomes an event. Always available is replaceable. Selectively present is prioritized. Rule 6. Detach from winning the moment. Weak men obsess over winning arguments. They chase the rush of being right. Strong men think in terms of positioning. They ask a different question. Not how do I win this exchange, but where does this place me tomorrow, next month, next year? You can verbally destroy someone and still walk away smaller. You can stay silent and rise while they burn credibility, trying to impress an audience. There is a brutal difference between being correct and being respected. Power favors the second every time. Machiavellian thinkers played the long game. They understood that time exposes lies better than explanations ever could. You do not need to correct every distortion. Consistency does that for you. When you stop fighting for the moment, you start shaping the story that lasts. Rule 7. Become unhookable. This is the final evolution. This is where most men fail. People do not control you directly. They control you through hooks, insults to trigger anger, guilt to trigger obligation, praise to trigger ego, provocation to trigger reaction. Once your emotion is hooked, the rest is easy. Your task is simple but ruthless. Remove the hooks. Know yourself so deeply that no comment can shake you. Build goals so clear that distractions slide off you without friction. Choose inner authority over applause. A man who cannot be baited becomes invisible to manipulation, and when people realize they cannot move you, they face a choice: adapt and respect you, or exit your life. Either way, you advance. The dark paradox. Here's the paradox most never understand. The less you try to be understood, the more weight your presence carries. The less you react, the more people watch you. The less you explain, the more authority you project. This is not cruelty, it is clarity. You're not obligated to answer every noise. You're not required to defend your path. You're not here to convince the blind. You are here to move forward while others stay busy talking. Never react, never explain, just ignore. Not because you are afraid, but because you are finished wasting power on people who never deserved access to it. Say it quietly to yourself tonight. I choose silence. I choose control. I choose power. And once you move like this, the world adjusts around you, whether it likes it or not. Thank you for watching. If you want more raw, unfiltered wisdom, join my free newsletter. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.